disappear and build your kingdom in silence, they're not expecting you to go ghost. They're not expecting you to disappear. They're expecting you to shout out your plans. They're expecting you to react to what they say, you know. But when you go silence, when you disappear, kings are born when you're alone. Now you can see yourself fully without listening to the noise, the outside noise. You can understand yourself more. You continue to watch in silence, calculate, you know. Everybody's expecting you to break. Everybody's expecting you to give up. Nobody's expecting you to rise, to conquer. You know, your distance hurts more than your presence ever could, because now they don't have anybody to control. They have to look at themselves in a mirror that they try to project on you, and now they see themselves. When you distance yourself, you know, and you start to grow in silence, you start to calculate, you start to plan, you start you learn how to turn your suffering and your pain into a drive that will be unstoppable. You know, you ever watch a man build himself in silence? Now that's a scary sight. Eyes who have seen pain, eyes who, you know, who learn how to maneuver through the chaos, through the drama, and they thought they stopped you. They thought you wouldn't rise. They thought you would still be the guy the guy on the corner with trying to explain himself. But no, you changed. You disappeared. You struggled. You suffered. You survived. You see things, and you see things that only you can see. You hear things only you can hear. There's nobody there to stop you. You're silent. They don't. You ever try to figure out why people can't stop somebody who's silent? Because when you're silent and you disappear, and you stop caring and stop looking for validation from people, you start to plan. You start to make moves behind closed doors. And you're building yourself up to a force that will be unstoppable. They won't know what angle to come in to stop you. You have grown too large to be stopped. And they don't know how to control someone who are not begging to be understood anymore. Simple and plain. They can't guilt trip a ghost. They can't read your mind. They don't know that you struggled. You went through the fire. You have a job. You don't have to explain yourself. They don't know that you went from $100,000 to $10,000 in the bank. Nobody knows because you disappeared and you became a ghost, and now people cannot fight you and stop you because they don't know. They can't see you. You're a ghost. You're quiet. You're analyzing everything. You're not soft. You're not soft. You're quiet. You're focused. You're determined. And you're calculating. Like I said, your distance hurts more than your presence ever could. So, for anybody out there who is looking for validation, looking to tell their next move, looking to tell people what type of job they working and stuff, and you wonder why you never could come up, because people who announce their movements and announce what they're doing are planning to fail. That's the way to build your kingdom. If you want to build your kingdom and you want to become successful in this day and age, you have to go silent. You have to disappear. You have to start seeing things for what they really is. And silence builds kings. Let me know what you guys think on the topic. Over and out.